Blessings to you guys.
Blessings.
God bless you all.
Yeah.
A wife had a dream, and I want her to share this dream. Hit it, baby.
Yes, I had a disturbing dream about our youth. And so I was in this arena, and it was like either it could be a football, a game, audience, or stadium, or it could be a basketball stadium. But all I know is this was in high school. It was a high school game going on. And you know, if you can remember going to these games while you're sitting in the stadium, sometimes the cheerleaders will throw like towels, gifts, t-shirts with the school names on it, right? So remember all that. I'm gonna get back to that. So in the dream, I began to see all the youth in the stadium. And I began to see this group in another group. So it was half and half. And it was a boy and girl. And this boy and girl was dry humping each other. And then this group, boy and girl, was dry humping each other in front of everybody. And do y'all understand what I mean by dry hump?
Yeah.
It's like doing sexual advances to each other, but they had clothes on. They were fully clothed. And everybody in the audience was happy that they were doing that. No teacher stopped them, no principal, no elders in the school, nothing. Just doing sexual advances, and people was like, keep doing it, yeah, yay. It was like a competition thing. It was fun for them. And then I began to see like the cheerleaders throwing sex toys in the audience. Sex toys. Nothing but sex toys, like it's getting thrown in the audience. And that was the end of the dream.
Schools these days are getting bad and bad and bad every day. And in the dream, you see that nobody stopped them. You know what I mean? This was strongly in agreement to do. Nobody will come against any of this evil that is going on in the school. And simply because they took Christ away from school. You know, they took Bible away. Now they're allowing anything that is evil, anything that is wicked to humanity, anything that is like, when the kids or when the youths are seeing it, they will be loving it, because when the teachers allow it, when the principal allow it, when the state allows it, that means it's very okay. When principals allows it, that means it's just okay. And they're really loving it.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people are putting their kids in homeschool. That's why a lot of people are taking their children away from this big building. It's because these days it's becoming more dangerous. Because of seeing all this in the dreams will make you to question a lot of things. Where is the leaders of this state? What is the mind of all these people, the teachers, principals, like who are they?
Right. They work for Satan.
Who are these people?
Yeah.
We're going to see this come. I know when we post a video like this, some people will tag videos or tag information that is already happening. We're not going to be surprised. In time to come, we see this happening.
Yeah.
They just want to make this world to be more evil and wicked, to make a lot of younger youths to believe that this is the only way. And I believe there is a war in the spirit.
Yes.
And the war in the spirit is just to make sure that they don't hear anything concerning holiness.
Right.
They don't hear anything concerning God. Because when you begin to hear anything concerning God, it's all about the truth. Anything about Christ is all about the truth.
Right.
So they want to make sure that they don't hear these words, these things. They want them to stay in this lane. Whenever they come in contact with all these schools, all these teachers, but it's not all these teachers that are evil, but there's a lot of them that are not believers. So they are willing to also do whatsoever that will make them to keep their job.
Right.
And a lot of them don't like it, but simply because it pays their bills, they allow it. I just hope and pray that God will touch some people's heart.
Ask my husband a question. In Nigeria, do y'all pray before y'all get started in school?
Yeah.
I love that. Like, you know, when I was raised in Rockdale, Texas, right? And I remember our school praying sometimes, but I believe it was illegal, but they still prayed. Because I didn't know when they took prayer to school. My mom said they did it a long time ago before it just that Rockdale School was just doing it because they wanted to. And I thank God for that. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for your community.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that about Africa. I'm not saying that the whole Africa is like that, but I say I have a great respect for the African community. When I went to Nigeria, I can see that there are some issues there, just like how it is in America. Let's keep it real, because even when I was in Nigeria, I was surprisingly seeing some girls that were half naked on videos. I was like wearing thongs and was twerking, and I was shocked.
Yeah.
So they have those issues there too. But at the same time, I respect Africa is because when I went to Nigeria, I was on a was it van or bus? We was on our way to go somewhere. We was traveling to go to a hometown.
From Lagos to Onitsha.
Yes. I noticed that every time we got into a vehicle, they prayed before they even started the car.
Yes.
You know, and I just love the respect of prayer.
Yeah.
And if people will realize how powerful prayer is, people will do more of it in America. But America has allowed prayer to be a shameful thing, and it's sad.
Yeah.
You know, because like when you get on the Greyhound bus in America, they ain't gonna pray before they start driving. On the public transits, they're not gonna pray before they start driving. But in Nigeria, they're gonna pray.
Yeah, even one time in the plane.
I was gonna talk about that next.
Yeah, on the plane, the guy just out of nowhere
prayed before we even, like, just some random person that was sitting there, he just started praying. And all the what's it called? Not the pilots, but the ladies at work. What's it called? The flight attendants. The flight attendants. They put their head down and prayed with him. We all did. That's in Nigeria, and people go through a lot in Nigeria compared to America.
Yeah.
But they will pray. Not only that, we was on our way to Nigeria. And all you're going to see is Nigerians on the plane when you go to Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
But what happened was it was a big dip that happened. It's scary, y'all, when you hit that big and you hear when you go up and down in the plane, you don't know what's turbulence.
Yeah.
But it was a heavy turbulence because it was a storm that happened out of nowhere. And you begin to hear the whole plane begin to pray.
Yeah.
And one thing I can say is that when I'm around some Africans, I feel good. I feel safe. But if that would have happened into a regular airplane, and we've been there, because we've been on planes a lot, okay? Americans, just nothing but Americans. When turbulence is going on and it's scary, you just hear, no. If you're around Africans, they gonna pray.
Yeah.
And I respect that. I just wish people would realize how powerful prayer can be.
Yeah. Yeah. Prayer is just you speaking, because remember, life and death is in the power of our tongue. So you praying, you taking control, you taking over. That's one powerful thing I love about prayer. You taking, because the Bible made it very clear. Since the day of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, but only the violent people take it by force.
Amen.
Even the worldly people knows the power in your tongue. then you add prayers with it, it is powerful.
It's very powerful. Like, private schools, Christian schools. I've been to a Christian school. First thing that y'all need to do is pray. It shouldn't even be all this school shooting going on.
Yeah.
And even our daughter had a dream that small kids are going to start killing one another.
Yeah.
It's sad. We need prayer in the home. We need prayer in our schools.
Yeah.
We need prayer in the daycares.
Yeah.
We need prayer. Pray at your job. If you're a CEO of the company, need to be prayer there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prayer is important. But if ain't nobody praying, how do you expect God to control what's going on this earth? We need to pray for our elections. We need to pray for the leader of our countries to do better, have a conscience. We need prayer. Please, everyone, if you could share this, we need prayer. And that's important.
Yeah.
And I think what it is sometimes as Americans, I'm not saying all Americans, but I think sometimes it's like, do we, not we, because I don't play, okay? I don't play with my prayers, okay? But do we feel ashamed to pray? Is us Americans ashamed to pray in public places?
Yeah, I think so. Not even in America, only in America. In Africans too.
I believe it.
Some of them are ashamed to pray in public. We're not gonna be as believers. You don't need to be ashamed.
No.
Even Muslims pray anywhere. They can standing on the highway. They can anywhere. Then we Christians, why are we gonna be ashamed?
I was so irritated one time because I was watching a TikTok video, and they were showing a robbing. They was robbing people, and I didn't see one person pray. My first thought would be, I'm gonna pray, and I'm gonna pray for everybody in this room. I'm gonna pray for myself, and I'm gonna pray for my belongings. But not one person prayed. And I was like, this is the world that we live in. Boy.
Prayer is the key.
Demons tremble when you call the name Jesus. I remember a man said he almost got raped. I've heard so many stories of women about to get raped and they call on the name of Jesus and that spirit trembled and left. All right, we're going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.